Hello, I'm Rick Barclay, and I'm with Piano Clubhouse, and today we're going to learn a TV theme song called NADIA'S Theme. It's from the Young and Restless. It was a very popular daytime TV show prominently during the 70s and 80s, and there was a very popular piano piece that was composed and performed very much so by pianists all over the place during 70s and 80s, and it was called the NADIA'S Theme. So let's dig in. It's basically in the key of D minor, and D minor scale is this: D, E, F, G, A, B flat, C, D. And walk your way back down. Though it doesn't start on the D minor chord, which is interesting about this. It's starting more on a B flat, which is somewhat of a distant relative, if you will, to the D minor through various different forms. So we won't get into the theory aspect of it, but it does not start on D minor, interesting enough. Okay, so let's dig in. I want to show you the left hand first, because that's prominently what most people are very familiar with as far as the piano part, though it's not the melodic line. So the first chord that we're doing is what we call a B flat major 7. It's an A, B flat, and D. And notice I'm way up here in the treble clef. A lot of this song is performed primarily up here in the treble clef with both hands. Okay? So again, it has that little cluster type feel. It's A, B flat, and D. The distance between those two notes right there is a half step, so that's what gives it that cluster feel. So it does that twice. Then my ring finger shifts down, and my pinky now plays a G. So my B flat and D are staying still, and now I'm playing a G, B flat, D. And you strike that twice. Then it repeats that whole pattern again on the next measure. So here's our B flat major 7. And then it goes down to a G minor. Okay, so that goes throughout the first 4 measures, and on the third measure is where we finally come in with our melodic line in our right hand. This is in 4/4, and it does start on the downbeat, so we don't have to worry about any weird pickup notes or anything like that. Alright, so it's a D up here, and it holds that while we are basically striking through, and this is the second measure. Now finally we play another melodic line, and it's a D, G, D, C. And if you notice, it was that D is part of that chord that we've been playing right here in our G minor. So you literally kind of have to basically, move your thumb away. You notice how I kind of put my thumb back, so your other thumb can strike the note, and then you're on to the next measure. Okay, and we finally change chords here. So let's go back to the very beginning, and I'll play that much for you. 2, 3. Now here's the melody note. So notice how I did that. And then we're into the next part now, C in the melody. And our left hand is doing G, A, and C. It's an A minor 7, so it strikes that twice, to an F. So it's an F, A, C. Only one note shifted, just like before. And it basically flips back and does that. These are all just except for the intro, these are 2-bar phrases. Okay, so the melody that works with that again is the C. Now here it's going to be C. Notice how I move my thumb out of the way. That was a C, F, C. Now it's going to go to a B flat in your right hand, and then this is going to be a G minor 7. So it's the F, G, B flat, strikes that for 2. And then it's going to go to an E flat major triad, E flat, G, B flat. Again, we're just moving the ring finger and lifting that up and playing now the pinky note. The melody note is a C, up to a D, to a B flat, and then then to finally A. And the chords we're doing in our left hand are E natural, F, and A. It's an F major 7, strikes for twice, and then finally our D minor triad, D, F, A. And it repeats through that cycle twice. Okay? So let me start at the very beginning, play through this, and try to describe things as I go. I may kind of stop and start, but I'll try to keep progressing through the chord changes in the melody. So it does it again. Now we're ready for a melody. The D up there. Now remember, you're going to move your thumb here in a second. Move your thumb again. And then you can play, I'm sorry, I kind of hesitated a little bit. And I like to do a little fancy little run there. Depending upon where you place it, it can be slower. It could be 16th notes if you do it right on it, or you can wait a little bit after you've struck that last quarter note. And it's a 4-note run: G, A, B flat, C, and then striking on the downbeat, the D. So now we're back to the melody again that we played before. And we're doing the same chords that we started with, okay? Now it's going to be the same notes, just a little bit different rhythm, a little bit straighter. Notice how I didn't have kind of the first time it waits a little bit longer so it does those 2 notes. This time it stretches them out to where they're even 8th notes. Okay, now we're on to the C. Basically repeating everything again. Now this time, instead of after the chord, it plays it right with it. So it's a little bit of a cluster, so to speak. Same melodic lines as before, same chords in your left hand. Now here we're going to go to basically the bridge. Now what I did right there was A, C, F. Now we're ready for basically a C chords happening. Now what you do in the middle of all this is kind of subjective, I guess. We could do something more where you're just kind of playing, just the C chord, or if you want to break things up and do more flowing type things to, some more creative flow and freedom. So what I'm doing is that melody note is a G, and then down on the bottom of the treble clef with my right hand, thumb is doing a G, and then D, back to G, C, back to G, B, back to G, okay? Your left hand is C's, G, and C. Just kind of rocking back and forth, doing different rhythms with your left hand. Does it again, next measure.